Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Rahmanirrahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghayril maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Peace and blessings to the multitude. La via Baba ilallah hallelujah. I greet you brothers under the master sign of peace, love, unity, and success to the multitude. I hope you all are doing blessed on this blessed, holy, and divine day. Today I'm coming to you all for our first cipher, our first holy cipher that I'm trying to implement for 2025 on and onward. And the purpose of these ciphers are to basically reestablish the spiritual essence of Vice Lord and Lordism within itself. In the past, in the foundation of our formation, it went from gangism to we took on a more Islamic approach, and after the Islamic approach, we start trying to build and establish our own vice lord culture, whereas we adopted what was called a goal, which is a gathering of almighty lords. Whereas each Friday between the hours of maybe 12 to 1, maybe a little bit give or take a little bit more or so before or after one's gathered and faced the east, as we called it, and gave all praises due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the purpose of this was not just to keep ones updated on things, but the purpose of this was to keep in mind the fact that we are Vice Lord. Vice Lord meaning second Lord, meaning second leader, second or deputy leader, Vice Lord. So that places us second to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and leader of all creations thereof. And that is man in his complete learned and conscious state of being. That's what that is. Okay, so everyone by definition of basically being a man is a vice lord by, that's what Allah created us to be. Not saying that every man is, but every man was created to be that. So with that being said, I want to begin by reading Surah 2 and 30 of the Quran, of the Yusuf Ali version of the Quran. It say, "Behold, the Lord said to the angels, I will create a vicegerent on earth. They said, willeth thou place therein one who will make mischief therein and shed blood, while as we do celebrate thy praises and glorify thy holy name. He said, I know what you know not." Okay, if we go to the 14 keys, I want to take you all to the 14 keys now of the amalgamated order of Lordism. Our 14 keys teaches us, let me go to it, and I'm gonna do this as brief as I possibly can. I'm 3 minutes in. I don't want to go too far, but I don't want to go past like 10, 11, 12 minutes or whatnot. So I'm gonna try to be as brief as I possibly can. But our 14 keys, it states, okay, I'm gonna go to number 3. The meaning behind the name. Vice means one having fault, the human being, and second in importance. Man being second only to Allah. God being ruler of all of the worlds and universe. Man was elected by him to be his vice lord or vice ruler on the physical world. Lord means one having dominion over others, a ruler. We see ourselves, man, as God's highest creation, his custodians of this physical world, his vice lords. We believe whether you address yourself as Muslim and Christian or Jehovah's Witness or etc., by definition of that which has been defined, you are still a vice lord. The only difference is one of interpretation or acceptance. I'm gonna move on to number 4. What is the religion of a vice lord? Lordism is the religion, yet it will yet he is no religious fanatic. The Quran and all religious books tell man to take of the bounties of the earth. The vice lord interpret this as a sign that man should always strive to improve his life condition. A vice lord strives to balance himself spiritually, physically, mentally, and more and materially. The vice lord seeks to promote himself in the sight of God, but he has concerns and needs in this world. Number 5, about religion. A lord is a seeker of truth, and lordism encompasses every facet of life, acknowledges the existence of God in every people, and acknowledges every person's right to communicate with him. Lordism is a complete way of life. It's a life of involvement with both God and state. It is the belief in the one true God and associates no partners with him. Number 6, which is the religious book of a vice lord. A lord will study any religious book and use them selectively as reference points and guidance, as long as it will contribute to his development, but always in the frame of mind that man, not God, is the author of such books. Everything in print deals with relative truth and not the absolute truth. Absolute truth are things only the mind of God knows, while relative truth are things as the highest reason of man understands them to be. Yet and still, out of all other religious books, our people tend to favor the Quran. This is very deep. This whole lesson right here is deep. So just reading it, I'm knowing that I'm going to have to come back and do a part 2. I'm going to continue on to a number 7. What does the Lord learn? Why does the Lord lean more toward the Quran? We believe that there is knowledge to be gained even from the Bible, but only after the the tedious process of shifting through its maze. On the other hand, regardless of the fixation of relative truth that we automatically apply, we still find the Holy Quran the best book for our people. It corresponds with our way of thinking and is supportive to our way of life. But we still are vice lords and not Muslims. There exists that degree and that difference, even though a lot of lords are Muslims and Christians, but as a whole nation, we are not Muslims. What are the difference between a lord and a Muslim since we both acknowledge the Quran? We both acknowledge the Holy Quran, but the difference is our names, our application, and our interpretation of faith, our articles of faith. Belief in one God whose proper name is Allah. Prayer, the belief that man is the highest temple of Allah and vice lord of all male manifestation in the physical realm of creation. 4, the belief that all of the religious books only deal with the relative and not the absolute truth. All right, I'm going to stop it right there and I'm going to get in like this here. We as vice lords, we interpret that part of the Quran where it say that I will create a vicegerent on earth. They said, will thou place therein one who will make mischief therein and shed blood, while as we do celebrate thy praises and glorify thy holy name. He said, I know what you know not. This is something that many individuals of today don't know and don't understand due to the simple fact of our original formation, our conception being born out of rebellion and gangsterism, streetism. So as a lot of people can't tend to evolve past that level of conception. Okay. Many of the leaders, many of the members themselves can't see themselves evolving past that level of conception. Despite the fact that our literature, if we read it, comprehend it, and break it all the way down, it will take us to a whole nother level. Yet many don't take the time to read it and understand it because it's not being forced thereof by those before us. All right. So as we study, because I'm not gonna I'm not going to half step when it come down to this explanation. I'm gonna do this part one, and I'm gonna come back with a part two, and I'm gonna explain a little bit more in depth the understanding of Vice Lord. And the reason why I'm doing this to the public is because the public needs to understand that only the righteous and dedicated and sincere members that actually believe in the truthful teachings of the Honorable Al Utha Alameen, as well as the Honorable Al, the Honorable Peblo, and the Honorable Al Almani, only those true and divine, those true and sincere members and representatives of them will live this way. So therefore, uh, it sickens me to see how YouTube, Google, and so many other platforms monetize and build platforms off of us. Basically, the false narrative. If you want to learn more about us, then you ask us. There should be members of the Almighty Vice Lord Nation that can walk it like they talk it and explain it the way that it needs to be explained in order for the world to understand who and what we are. Because many misrepresent us, and in that form of misrepresenting us, many misunderstand us. And when you get misunderstood, a lot of times you get taken advantage of and you get mistreated. So with that being said, I'm going to end the first part of this message right here, and I want you all to tune in to the second part for me to explain it a little bit more in depth. But peace, love, unity, and success. And as I end this here, I hope you all just like, follow, and subscribe, as well as tap the notifications to be notified of everything else. Mike.